Andy Burnham moving one step closer to Downing Street today as the official nomination period opens for candidates seeking to succeed the outgoing British Prime Minister Keir Starmer as leader of the Labour Party. So far, the former mayor of Greater Manchester, currently the only MP to have announced his intention to run, and if no one else enters the race by July the 15th, he will be declared the winner and would then be formally elected leader of the Labour Party and therefore automatically become Prime Minister on July the 17th before moving into Downing Street, possibly on the 20th. Well, let's shore up all the latest for you. We're going to cross to London, talk to our correspondent Benedicte Paviot, who joins us from there. Benedicte, nominations closing. Still no sign that I'm aware of. Maybe you've got more information that there's going to be anyone other than Andy Burnham. What does that mean?
Actually, nominations opening today, Stuart. They close on the 15th. But you're absolutely right. He is, as far as we know, the sole contender, which is extraordinary. We're seeing him on screen there. Andy Burnham, former mayor of Greater Manchester, nicknamed the King of the North, and very much huge influence in the Labour Party, was an MP before, as we know, was a minister before in the Blair and Brown governments, and Al Cairns, the former Defence Armed Forces Minister, announced last night that he would not be standing against Andy Burnham. And before that, we know that the former Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, had also said that he was not going to be standing against Andy Burnham. So unless there is some huge surprise, we expect on the 16th, it will be confirmed that Andy Burnham is the sole candidate. We think that he could have on the 15th hustings just on his own, because there are very many questions about what he will do if and when he becomes Prime Minister, and it doesn't look very much as if, but when. And as you said, he would then become Labour leader on Friday the 17th of July. He would then become actually Prime Minister on the Monday, so the next working day, Monday the 20th of July, just after Keir Starmer then formally goes and sees the King, the head of state, and tenders his resignation. And before King Charles asks then, it would be Prime Minister Andy Burnham to form a government. So that looks like yet another Prime Minister, and it would be our 7th in 10 years here. So continued turbulence in British politics.
And more turbulence as well. Meanwhile, continuing trouble on the far right for Nigel Farage. Much mockery of him, as it seems he may well have caused himself a by-election where he's going to be facing Count Binface only as his opposition.
Yes, indeed. So for those who are not yet familiar with Count Binface, let me warn you, you are about to become extremely familiar with Count Binface over the coming weeks. Why is that? Because it looks like we're going to have this by-election on the 6th of August. The vote is always on a Thursday here in the United Kingdom. We're just waiting for that final approval, because the man you see on screen here, of course, former UKIP leader, former Brexit leader, currently leader of the Reform UK party, decided to resign. That resignation was, as MP, was accepted yesterday by Rachel Reeves, saying indeed that if he wanted to spend the summer fighting against a bin, he was welcome. And Count Binface is actually a man called John Harvey. He was actually, he is a freelance comedy writer. He's stood before other very high-profile politicians, such as Boris Johnson. Sadiq Khan has never won, but I gather that there are discussions going on in Parliament in the unlikely, at the moment, likelihood that Count Binface would actually win the by-election on the 6th of August. He couldn't sit in Parliament with, effectively, and if people want to check it out online, but I'm sure France 24 will provide images of this, of a man with a dustbin on his head. He is front page news today. And basically, Mr. Farage, who is being mocked, as you're right, because the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats and the Conservatives and the Greens have all declined to stand a candidate for this by-election, it should be pointed out that actually the investigations and the £5 million donation currently that was underway by Parliament is being paused because of his resignation, but they would resume as soon as Mr. Farage were to be re-elected as MP. And that what could happen is after investigation, if he was suspended from House of Commons for 30 days, that we could then have a second by-election. So a lot of headlines, but Mr. Farage says he's done nothing illegal and that, bring on the contest. And that basically this is just, what he's doing is not a publicity stunt, whereas he's finger pointing and saying Count Binface is doing a publicity stunt. We'll see what the verdict of the people is on the 6th of August.